Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the show. It's Pearls Politics, and yes, we are back. Okay, so we doing Pearls Politics tonight on a Thursday night because we missed y'all, and we tried to get politics into our Friday night show last week, and I think maybe the week before, but it was just too much going on. We're having too much information and entertainment going on. So Tim and I said, look, we got to get back to the Thunderbirds. Now, next week, we will have, next Friday night, we will have our politics um, chimed in, included rather, with our Friday night show because we're going to have a really, really special guest on, and they're gonna be somebody that you guys gonna be surprised to see. And so, hi Sandra, thank you so much. Let me bring in the heartbeat of the South in every beat of my heart, Tim Harrington from our Washington studio. Hi Tim,
Hey,
how are
Mom.
you doing tonight?
All right. How's everybody doing?
All right, can you speak up? It's just my hearing, I think. You
Let me
can hear
turn
me okay, right?
yeah, I'm gonna turn my volume up for you.
Yeah, I think that'll help a little bit.
Is that better?
Not really. I think it's just in my own hearing. I think my ears need cleaning out.
I think that might have a lot to do with it.
I probably got a wax build up. Us seniors,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
have to go and get our wax cleaned out
yeah,
of our ear
yeah, yeah,
medically
yeah.
because they
Plus,
don't.
yeah,
Yeah, they don't want to.
you had a
Excuse
couple
me.
of infections too, so
Yeah, I've had a couple of infections too,
yeah,
and they don't want us seniors taking those cotton swabs and digging in our ears anymore.
yeah, yeah. It can be a
I
little
damaged
dangerous.
mine.
Yeah,
Hi, Kathy CC is watching us tonight. Thank you so much.
hey, Kathy.
I'm trying to show her on the screen. There's go, Kathy. Love you.
Hey, hey.
WDC office. Oh, Washington D.C. office. So yeah, we're on that Washington D.C.
Yeah.
studio side of things tonight. Thank you so much. Sandra, Doug, did I get you up there? Doug said, "Don't put my ear in the wax museum yet."
Hey, what's up, Doug?
Yes, Sandra. All right. Okay, for those of you that don't want to watch Facebook, pass the word that you can see our show also on other platforms: Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Rumble, Trovo, Twitch, and a couple of more I'm forgetting about. But one thing that's different under on the Rumble site, our handle on the Rumble site is Pearls Politics. Yeah, that's right. In all of our shows, our Friday night show, and this and any show that we have, no matter what day of the week it is, if we're live, it shows up on Rumble, but it just shows under our handle on Rumble. Go away, dear. No, 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 no. Let me get something to send her away. I don't know why she thinks. Go away. Move. We're going to take a break right shortly, and then I'm going to get my paddle. You want me to
Okay.
get my paddle? Mm-mm. That's just go away. No. Look, they can see you a little bit. No, you
Yeah.
cannot laugh in my lap now. Now, Tim, I think she
Um,
hear your voice.
is that what
Because
it is?
I think that's what it is. Because she
Yeah,
will
that could
not
be a
hear you.
possibility. That could be a
Usually she goes
possibility.
away. Ping pong, go away. I mean, nothing. I'm tapping her on her nose with this pen. She still won't move. Tim, she trying to
Lord,
talk to you.
Lord
Lord
have
have mercy. Tim say, Kathy say, I'll move now. You're scratching me. Go away. Let's get my water. Go away. Go away, little girl. She done pulled off my headset. Go away.
oh Lord.
She's not a little girl, y'all. She's a big girl. You can fuss all you want to, but you cannot do the show tonight. We got too much to talk about.
Yeah, yeah, we
Okay.
got a lot to unpack.
Yeah, we do. All right, let me put Doug's comment up there because that's so funny. Doug says, don't put that ear in the in the wax museum yet." Yeah. So listen, excuse me. Like as I said, we're gonna have a very special guest next Friday night from the political world, and so our politics will definitely be in our next Friday night show. So
Yeah,
tonight we're going to do local politics first, and then we're going to get on to the nationals. How does that sound, Tim?
sounds great to me.
All right then. Well, we're going to take a break, so I'm going to get me some coffee. I just brewed me and grinded up my fresh batch and brewed a fresh cup. I mean
Yeah,
pot of coffee,
okay.
and I'm ready for some because it's been a long day. Uh-huh.
All right.
All right then. So you guys stick and stay. Please share the show. And I invite you for your comments. Comment away because we love it. All right. All right. So stick and stay and share away. We'll be back.
This is Cassie. She never really paid attention to her credit scores until she got Credit Karma and used her scores to score more, like her first ride. When it was time to upgrade, she shopped around for a lower auto insurance rate to go with it. Even when she decided to blaze a new trail, Credit Karma helped her with an auto loan to get her where she was going. Where is she going? Credit Karma. Download the free money app where your hard work pays off.
Oof, gotta get rid of this.
Tell me why.
Because it stinks.
Have you tried new Downy Rinse and Refresh?
It helps remove odors 3 times better than detergent alone.
It worked, guys.
Yeah.
New Downy Rinse and Refresh.
Introducing IHG One Rewards. 17 hotel brands, 6,000 global destinations. One loyalty program that lets you guest how you guest.
Victor, why are you still living with odors? Get back in there and freshen instantly with new Febreze Air Mist. That's right, Febreze now has a new, finer mist that floats in the air longer and quickly fills the room to fight even your toughest odors. Leftover fried fish funk? Instant freshness. Gaming teen odors? Instant freshness. Spray new Febreze Air Mist to keep your home smelling fresh and clean.
All right. So we're coming back in. We flip sides, but that's all right.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's talk about the local news. So
Okay.
what's going on locally? Tim, update. You update.
Well, man, it's always the same old songs. Second verse here in Memphis is always one of the leading things is crime. Unfortunately, we had 8 people to get shot on Beale Street last weekend, Sunday morning.
Yeah.
People, they're on the lookout for those guys, and hopefully they will capture them because we need those type of people off the street ASAP.
I'm telling you.
Also, the officers that killed Tyrese Nichols here. Around 100 of their cases that they were involved in the past have now been dismissed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. So those people are free?
Yeah. So they went back and looked with a fine-tooth comb and found that the cases were tainted and they need to be dismissed.
Yeah. I feel bad about our city, Memphis 901, because it has become so non-efficient.
Yes.
And when I say non-efficient, I'm talking about in all categories of life.
Yes.
We are non-efficient in safety.
Yeah.
We are non-efficient financially. We are non-efficient in service
Yeah.
that these companies, like our main utility company, is supposed to provide for us
Right.
and keep their accounting and bills and in order and in and fair and transparent. And because I looked at my bill today, I actually looked at it, just arrived, and I'm like, I think I distinctly remember that my sewage fee used to be $25.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how long they've been charging me this $51.25 for sewage fee, and I'm like, sewage fee, that's the whole city, so if you're getting $51.25 from every resident that has to pay a
Yeah.
utility bill, just $51.25.
That's a lot of
Just
money.
that small amount from all of these people.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money,
A lot of money.
a whole lot of money.
Oh
And
yeah.
I'm disabled, so I should not even be charged for a sewage fee.
Right. Yeah.
They should not be charging us disabled people $51.25 for a sewage fee. And your
Yeah.
sewage fee should not depend on what area of the city you live in.
Right. And the
Because
big.
the city
Mm-hmm.
sewage is just city sewage. My
Right.
boo boo is not any different from the boo boo in Germantown. Amen.
Yeah. 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 And the bigger question is, who is it going to, and where?
Yeah,
Because that's a
yeah.
lot of money.
I mean, that don't even include the water that they
Right.
charging us for, the
Right.
gas and electricity.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Doug says, oh, he's talking to Kathy, seafood. There. Okay, yeah, you guys talking there. And y'all have your own private conversations. That's why we have a family show. Laid back, relax, that
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Right.
So anyhow, I'm gonna take the ear comment off yet now. Okay. So yeah, just think about that. That doesn't even include the money that they get from us for water, gas, and
Yeah.
electric.
Right. Yeah.
That's just the $51 for a sewage fee, and they also charge us for city lights.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's something new. I don't know when they put that bill on. They start charging us for the city telegraph posts. But
Well,
you knock one
and
down, if you
and,
have an accident and knock one down, they still want you to pay for the whole telegraph pole.
right. But here's the
Other
thing about
telegraph pole.
here's the thing about the lighting situation is we have bad lighting on Memphis streets. So the audacity for them to even charge for that is ridiculous.
Yeah, I need me a refund because the light that used to be in the back of my yard has been completely taken off. They didn't even
Uh-huh.
replace it when it went bad several years ago.
Uh-huh.
And it's pitch black back there. Tim, you got it. And I got to put up us some lights on the storage back there. Cause
But you know what it is? They got electricity still going to that pole, to that light socket up there. I'm
they
sure.
sure do, but it's not to my house. But I'm
Yeah.
just saying. And they just now put a light bulb in the one
Across the street.
adjacent to my
Mhm.
across the street. You know exactly what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah, I do.
And it's been out for like 3 years, and it's been reported. They
Uh-huh.
didn't get it back on until we had the last big, huge power outage, right?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, which was last month, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's just ridiculous. The city is just non-efficient. We are non-efficient in government, non-efficient in legislature.
Yeah.
And people are leaving 901, moving to other cities. Most of them are moving to Nashville.
Yeah.
Um, Doug says that is huge. Memphis LG and W has a monopoly on the utilities. Yeah, and every time we the people, ask the question as to why we cannot have some competition brought in here for our utilities, they tell
Hmm.
us the same old song that we have heard so many times. We know it by heart. And what is that? Well, we are looking into that.
Yeah,
They've been looking
yeah,
into that for
yeah,
20 years,
yeah. We'll
right?
get back to you. We all know that saying. Yeah,
Doug
but
says on this light utility, it should be prorated for the night drivers since they knock down light
right,
poles every week.
right, and here's the thing about our city: it's so outdated because newer cities and areas have underground wiring. Because
Uh-huh.
now here is so outdated that even if it
Yeah.
thunders loud enough, it knocks the power out.
Well, see, that's what they're trying to promise us now. They're trying to promise us that they're going to start putting in underground utilities, but it's going to take 4 to 5 years. Well, that's a lie
Yeah, they've
because
been
that's
telling
just
that a
something
while.
to hold us off, to
Yeah,
try to hold us off from keeping asking the question, why cannot we have competition?
right.
Why cannot we have another utility company? And
Yeah,
you guys battle it out. And you
yeah.
know what? If this were to be allowed, we would actually find out the truth as to how much Memphis Light Gas and Water has been overcharging people for
Oh
so many
yeah,
years.
yeah. That's like they don't want to do that. That's like opening Pandora's box. So
Well, they need to be opened. And if we have to get the wizard in here, um, what's his name? What's that wizard name from the old times, from that series?
Wizard
Mm,
can't
mhm.
be not the Wizard of Oz.
Merlin.
Merlin,
Merlin.
Merlin
Yeah,
the
we have
Wizard.
to get Merlin in here to
Mm,
start messing with some stuff with his staff and
yeah,
Rod. We're gonna have to do something because people
yeah,
can't.
and just on the end note, as of June, business burglaries have grown more than 40%, and shoplifting has increased almost 28% over the past year.
Mm, hmm
Yeah,
hmm
yeah,
And don't forget about those smash and grabs.
yeah,
They
and
hit
that's not.
buses again for the third time.
I saw that. I saw that.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, I believe that's why they came out with percentages is because of uh, the robberies and grabs and whatnot. Because this is something that they couldn't keep out of the public eye. Had they been able to keep it under wraps, they wouldn't never told us about all that is going on.
And then here's the thing. I'm gonna pull this up since this helped my hearing. And here's the other thing, Tim. Um, they are Reverend Whalum, because
Hmm.
he was on the news Monday. He's asking um, the two mayors, county mayor and city mayor, both, to contact Governor Bill Lee and ask him to please send in the National Guard to help with the crime until they can get a hold on it.
Okay.
And so far, we have not heard whether or not either one of these mayors have attempted to do this.
Yeah.
But
Go ahead.
I
I'm sorry.
can I can bet you $1.25 that neither one of them will do it. And the reason why is because they have too much pride. They don't want to ask for helps because to them that indicates to them that they're telling the governor that they cannot do their job. And
Well,
that's one reason why they're not going to ask the governor to help.
Well, yeah, but check this out. I had no idea that the chief of police, Chief Davis, was making $286,000 a year. Those
Well,
are
I
the
don't know
type of
why you didn't.
salary ranges that are in big cities.
Well,
Uh,
yeah, she came from Atlanta, so that's why they had to
well,
equal her pay.
right, but we have to understand what she came from Atlanta for. She was dismissed due to her same Scorpion unit. Now it's just
That's what I just read. Yeah.
right. Right. So
Mhm.
to me, it makes it seem that her and Mel Strickland are in some type of cahoots.
Well, you
Even
know what? I'm gonna take it back a little bit further than that.
okay.
When they were looking for a police chief, I don't understand why the city of Memphis always want to go outside of Tennessee and
Right.
bring in somebody else to run our city. It's enough qualified people in the city of Memphis
It
to
is.
begin with, where you don't even have to go outside. Clap on to somebody. That's right. We got enough qualified people. You gonna tell me out of all of these, what, 700,000 residents, you telling me that it's not one single one person that is qualified to be a chief, uh, police chief? You got some people on the force that's got good awards and
Yeah.
reputations and been
Yeah.
servicing for so many years that could be a police chief. They know the
Right.
city.
I
They
agree.
know every corner and cranny and cookie and nookie of the city.
Absolutely. So which
But
also
these people
bring
that come in from these other states, they don't know anything about this city.
right. So yeah, and I'm just piggybacking off of what you're saying is that if I go to a different city as a police chief, it's going to take me about a year, 2 years to even know the city itself.
Longer
So
than that.
So you're talking about doing on the job training for a minimum of 2 years, which has
Hmm.
been which will waste over $700,000 in payments to him or her.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So
But see, the thing about it, see, Memphis has always been on this good old boy click system.
yeah,
If you don't know them, they don't know you. They don't want you, regardless of your qualifications.
yeah,
And that's the whole problem with the city of 901 Memphis. I can tell you that because I
right.
grew up in the
And
city, I grew up in New York, and I know the difference between the two of them.
yeah,
And even though at that age I was young with New York, but I'm just saying, I lived here long enough to know how this city operates. And that's the
yeah,
reason why I go outside of the city for my support, because
right.
I'm not one of their cliques, and I'm not going to ever be one of those cliques because I cannot be bought, I cannot be bribed, and you cannot tell me to jump off the Mississippi River Bridge with you because I'm not going
Right.
to do it.
Well, and here's the thing about that. You have to look at what that does to the morale of a police department. Here, I would like you were just saying, we have people that's qualified that's been in this city all their life. They've been on the force
Mm-hmm.
25 to 30 years. So you bring in an
Mm-hmm.
outside source. Even though I've put blood, sweat, and tears in this city and on this force that I'm working for,
Mm-hmm.
that staff is going to have a whole lot of resentment towards that
Yeah.
chief. And
Oh
who
yeah,
will?
that's another thing. You're right. Because the first thing they're gonna say, look how many times y'all done looked over me.
Right.
So why should
Right.
I cooperate? Why
Yeah,
and why should I train you to be in a position that I should be in?
exactly.
And that's the kind of mentality that businesses already always had. They want the person that's leaving or the person that's should be next in line that didn't get the job to
Uh-huh.
train the person coming in.
Right.
You know, I,
Right.
I just can't deal with that. It's just dumb, So
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
and uh, and they need to just get off of that old fashioned good old boy system because it's out of date. It's old fashioned. It's obsolete and it doesn't work anymore.
Well, yeah, here's the thing. I'm projecting this future that I'm feeling. I believe that she will be removed. I think that's going to be one of the mayor's first actions, um,
What
because right
what
now under
what
her
will?
under her command, there is a $550 million lawsuit against the city for killing Tyrese Nichols. So if I was mayor, one of my first moves would be to remove her. Did you hear
Oh,
me? You froze.
yeah. I was just trying to think. Are you talking about when the new mayor comes in?
Yes.
Yeah, the position is appointed, but and I don't know exactly the process on it. But anyway, uh,
They, they have, they have that authority. They do have that authority to do that. Um,
okay,
yeah.
all right. So then what's going to happen is we're going to take a break now. When I come back, we're going to switch over to, but since you brought it up, it's a good segue to go into talking about the mayors who's running for mayors and what their sign is, whether they D, R, or I. Okay. Doug has a comment earlier about the mayor, and Doug, I will put your comment on, but right now we're going to take another little break so I can get me some good cups of swallows of coffee in here. Okay. All right. Y'all still say, you know what? I still have not shared the show because I was doing something when, I was finishing up making my coffee. I didn't get a chance to share, so I'm doing a little bit of sharing. And I still hadn't turned on the Twitter button that we now call the X button. Twitter is now X, you know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Twitter is now X.
Right.
Makes me think about the X-Files. You know what I'm saying?
X-Files, X-Men.
Yeah, I like it. I like it being called the X. Anyway, y'all stick and stay. Don't go away. We'll be back.
What is a VPN and how does it work? All about it in this video. VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. It's a tool that encrypts your internet traffic and hides your IP address and virtual location. What's a VPN used for? A virtual private network significantly boosts your online privacy and security. Thanks to its encryption, third parties cannot spy on your online activity. Even your internet service provider cannot see what you do online. A VPN also allows you to overcome internet censorship. All your traffic is routed through a remote server, so you can access websites restricted in your country. Here are 5 cases when you definitely need a VPN. 1. You want to secure your online data. You need an extra layer of protection when you're online. Not all websites use HTTPS, a secure communication protocol where S stands for secure. If you're visiting a website without a HTTPS, the data you send or receive can be stolen by cybercriminals or other third parties. Unsecure apps also leak your data, but how do you know if the app you're using is secure? You don't. Apps are like black boxes, and it's anyone's guess if they follow the best cybersecurity practices. Since a VPN encrypts all your internet traffic, you don't need to worry about unsecure websites or apps. That extra layer of encryption makes sure your online data is safe. 2. You want to access blocked websites. If you want to use YouTube in China, VPN is the answer. It changes your IP address and redirects your internet traffic through a remote server, letting you browse under the cover of its IP and access blocked websites. Similarly, VPN lets you stay at home, at least virtually, even when you're traveling. You won't miss your favorite content when you're abroad. 3. You often use unsecure connections. Public Wi-Fi is inherently unsecure. If you spend a lot of time on public hotspots, in hotels, airports, or coffee shops, a VPN protection is a must. Without it, a cybercriminal can use many methods to spy on your internet traffic, steal your data, or inject malware into your device. When on public Wi-Fi, VPN must always be on. 4. You want to avoid unlawful government surveillance. Governments usually have direct or indirect access to internet service providers operating in their jurisdiction. It varies from country to country, but your government may use this access to actively track your online activity. Thanks to all kinds of intergovernmental agreements, they may also share this information with other countries. A VPN hides your online activity from all third parties, including your internet service provider and government. 5. You use file sharing services. Peer-to-peer services have many legal and valid uses. Distributing open source software or public domain videos, sharing large amounts of internal information in an organization, or even pushing service updates. And yet, internet service providers try to discourage their users from peer-to-peer services by setting bandwidth limits. Use a VPN. With it, your ISP can't see your traffic and limit your peer-to-peer sharing. Who can use VPN services? Short answer, everyone. A freelancer trying not to spill her latte on her laptop. A gamer avoiding bandwidth throttling. A traveler enjoying his favorite content on the move. A VPN is like a Swiss Army knife. You can use it depending on your needs. Whether you're a student overcoming unreasonable Wi-Fi restrictions at your school, or a business owner securing sensitive work data. P.S. When working remotely, always use a VPN. Business data is too sensitive to be sent and received without an extra layer of security. Or maybe you're a journalist working under an autocratic regime. Without VPN protection, your freedom or even life could be in jeopardy. The idea behind a VPN is truly simple. Everyone deserves a secure and unrestricted internet. By encrypting your traffic and hiding your IP, a VPN makes it a reality. What is an IP address? IP, or Internet Protocol Address, is a string of numbers that identifies your device when you connect to the internet. Without it, devices and servers couldn't exchange information. All your devices have a local IP address. When they connect to the internet, your router assigns them a public IP. Every website you visit can see this public IP and your physical location. What's more, online spies can look up online activity associated with a particular IP address. Your IP, location, and online activity are all important data points for someone who's spying on you and trying to make a detailed profile. When you use a VPN, you first connect to a remote VPN server, making it seem like you're browsing from another place with a different IP address. Your online activity cannot be traced back to you through your IP. How does a VPN work? When you connect to a VPN, it creates an encrypted tunnel that secures data traveling between you and the VPN server. To secure each data packet, a VPN wraps it in an outer packet, which is then encrypted through encapsulation. Your data stays safe during transfer. When it arrives at the server, the outer packet is decrypted. A VPN protocol is the key to VPN technology. It's a set of encryption standards used to create a secure connection between two devices. VPN providers commonly support a couple of such protocols. OpenVPN, the most popular of them, is used by the majority of VPN providers in the world. It's highly configurable and offers a nice balance between speed and security, as you can use it on both TCP and UDP ports. Internet Key Exchange version 2 is a tunneling protocol, usually paired with IPsec for encryption. It adapts well to network changes, making it an excellent choice for phone users who often switch between Wi-Fi and mobile connection. NordVPN has also implemented a next-generation VPN tunneling solution. That's NordLynx, built around WireGuard, the fastest tunneling protocol out there. WireGuard is insanely fast and lean. It's made just of 4,000 lines of code. Less code means less space for errors. It's easy to deploy, audit, and debug. NordLynx provides higher speed and security, and works like a charm. How to set up NordVPN? It's easier than you think. Once you download NordVPN and get the subscription, just open the app, be it on PC, Mac, or smartphone. Log in. Use the same credentials you used to sign up. Click to connect. You can choose the Quick Connect button, which automatically selects the most suitable server, or pick a location from the map. NordVPN adheres to a strict no logs policy. Your online activity is your business. NordVPN. Online security starts with a click.
Smushy butt, mushy cushy tushy butt, skinny butt, spinny with your mini butt, roly butt, eat your mustacholi butt, bony butt, riding on a pony butt, eggy butt, drop it on dad's heady butt, naked butt, stop. Put a Huggies on that butt, cause only Huggies is the #1 fitting diaper with a curved and stretchy fit. So no matter what kind of butt you got, we got you, baby.
All right, so we're back. Well, I was watching on NordVPN and I was learning a lot, although I know quite a bit about it already. You can never learn enough about safe, right, Tim?
Oh, yeah.
There's so much hacking going on nowadays. People have hacked into people's SNAP benefits all over the country, stealing their SNAP benefits.
Yeah.
And they was showing some of the, they were mentioning, I'm talking about it on the news this morning. And they had one lady, hers had been stolen for, they stole 2 months worth of hers.
Yeah.
And she still hasn't gotten her replacement. And it's really pitiful.
Yeah.
Hello, Jazz. Thank you for joining us. So now we're going to talk about local mayors, but you can go ahead and make your comment about what you were saying about the food stamps.
Oh, I actually ran across it. I called hold to it. I think it was last month, about the middle of last month, that was happening. And it's not people that's from this state that are stealing them. They're from out of state. that is doing the
Of course, yeah,
the
yeah.
court.
They are Africa, as far as Africa, India, Iran, Iraq,
Mhm.
everywhere, Arabia, you
Yeah,
name it.
yeah. So
All right, so last topic on local. We got a mayoral race coming up. I believe that's October the 6th. And I'm just going to go through what the this article that I found. I'm trying to see what the name of it is. It's covered. But anyway, they list these as the top runners for the mayor,
okay,
top candidates. Floyd Bonner, he is currently our Shelby County Sheriff, and he's a Democrat.
okay,
Joe Brown, he's our former Shelby County Criminal Court Judge, and he's also Shelby County Court Clerk.
okay.
And I don't know why they don't put that on there, because I'm going to tell you how I know. Remember when I told you about that downtown trek I had to do last Friday?
Yeah,
Was it last
yeah.
Friday?
Sounds about right.
Uh-huh. And I passed by his reserved parking space.
Oh,
Reserved for Joe Brown, Shelby County Clerk. That's what it said.
okay.
So apparently he's still Shelby County Clerk, because he got a reserved parking space that has not been taken down. All right.
Okay.
And then they say he's also the host of the reality court show Judge Joe Brown. And everybody
Okay.
knows about that. He is an independent. He's not Democratic. He's not Republican.
Okay.
Then we got a Karen Camper, and she is a Tennessee House Minority Leader. That's all they got for her, and she's a Democrat.
Okay.
Then there's a Frank Covette, the only Republican that's running for mayor. He's Memphis City Council member and the council chairman. Then we got Wilbert Harrington. He is a Democrat. He's a Democrat, and he was the former Memphis mayor from 1992 to 2009.
Yes.
And then we got let me bring this up. Okay, then we got Michelle McKissick. She is a Democrat, and she is a member of the Shelby County Board of Education and a former broadcast journalist.
Okay.
And then we got Van Turner, former Shelby County Commissioner, and something. That part is cut off. All right, so let me put Douglas's comment up there. He said earlier in the show, he said Herrington is leading in the polls.
I was just finna speak on that, Doug, and you're absolutely right. For the people that don't know the history with Willie Harrington, his reputation supersedes him. I believe personally that he's going to win, and he's going to win on reputation. He's proven. He's been battle tested. My generation and older, I believe that we'll give him the vote.
Well, I'm gonna have to beg to disagree on that.
Okay. All right.
And this is the reason why I say that I beg to differ.
Okay.
We've had Democratic mayors in both county and city for the past, I'm gonna say for the past of these digital years. All right.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because when Harrington was mayor, everything was boots on the ground. It was easier. Crime was not as bad. People didn't have technology, knowledge, and fishing and bold. The criminals weren't just as bold as they are now.
Okay.
And so in the past digital age, we've had all Democratic mayors, both county and city. And it just seems to be getting worse. It seems like the Democratic mayors just cannot get their minds bent into what's happening, into reality and what's really happening. They
Yeah,
still want to try to use the old model, and that's just not going to work because that's all that was left for them as a guide was the old model. Okay, but I think that the people really want a Republican mayor or they want an independent mayor this time around. And Joe Brown is the only independent candidate, and Frank Colbert is the only Republican candidate. I really think, and this is for the city of Memphis. Okay, we already had our Shelby County mayoral election, and I don't think that comes up for another 2 years. But this is for the city of Memphis,
right.
and so I think that the people really want a change. They want stricter rules, and they just want to get a bang for their buck, and they're just not getting it from the Democratic mayors.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tim.
Yeah, I was just going to say, here's the thing about Harrington. He may be registered as a Democrat, but his reputation is you can't put him in a box. He got stuff done. And I think the people that know what happened when he was in office wouldn't matter to them if he was a Democrat or a Republican. They know he's a guy that can get the job done, that's been in his job before. All these new people, when you have new people like that that's never done a job before, it's no different than us going on a new job. It's on the job training. And
well, I can agree.
Just like you're saying, yes, things are at a rapid pace. Yes, they are. And I do believe that if Harrington is not up to speed on that, he would be willing to get the staff to accommodate that.
I got you.
And we don't have 2 years for somebody to learn this job. No different than when we were talking about the presidential seat. We have no time.
You mean the chief of police? Oh,
right.
Yeah, earlier about the president, yeah.
Right. So
last time.
That is wasted time when you're doing OJT. And it does, you understand what I mean? We the people,
I do.
We the people do not have the time that it's going to take. Yeah, they may look as a good candidate, but the when you get right down to it, who can get the job done? That's what I think Memphis wants. I think that's where their head is at. But I would be shocked if I was to find out I was wrong.
Well, you got to give a laugh on that one, audience. Can you laugh with me? Tim say, I'll be shocked if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you why you might be wrong. Heartbeat of the South, because Harrington ran for mayor 4 years ago. And Strickland beat him out.
Yeah.
And everybody already knew him then.
Right.
And he was in his 70s at that time, but he's 4 years older in the 70s now.
Oh my.
And yeah, so I'm thinking that they're gonna be looking at that age. On the other hand, I don't know how old the Republican guy is, but I know that usually Republican mayors are tougher on crime than Democratic mayors. I know this from my experience of living.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
In the city, and as well as countrywide, nationwide.
Yeah.
And the other contender, I believe, probably would be Judge Joe Brown, because he has been a criminal court judge right here in this city.
Yeah, and I have to follow.
And he's independent. He doesn't take sides.
Yeah,
I believe you take sides. You can't be bought by the Democrat, and you can't be bought by the Republican.
Right, and I believe that he will be my second pick, simply because that he is independent, and we met the guy. You know, we know a little bit about.
He's been on the show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's been on the show. We went to his event. I feel that he will be for the people. I honestly believe that.
yeah. And he's got enough people around him to. He's got to be a pretty strong contender. Otherwise, he wouldn't be listed in his top list.
Yeah.
Right, and because it's actually 19 people running for the city mayor, and there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people listed here as top runners.
Yeah, you may have a point. I forgot about the age factor on Harrington. But I
think he's about near 80 now.
Yeah, you know, it was just good times when he was there. You know, I may be wishing upon a star. But
I agree. I don't agree with anything that you're saying about his record stands for itself.
Yeah.
But I just think it'll be kind of hard for him to accomplish that now.
Yeah.
In this time and age with how much crime we got, we at the point where we are living in what is it, Iraq. We need National Guard. We need somebody that is not going to have so much pride that they can't ask for help from the governor in the areas where the city needs help.
Yeah.
Because they have the governor can grant the help.
Yes.
If it meets the recommendations and standards and regulations. But we got 2 mayors sitting here, both Shelby and city mayors, that have so much pride, they won't even approach Governor Bill Lee to ask for help because they don't want to seem weak in his view, in his eyesight. If you're weak, you're just weak. You get weaker because you don't ask for help.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say that, you know, and in my book, that's what makes you a coward. It takes strength to ask for help.
And I know Governor Bill Lee will help him because he helped me.
Yeah.
All you got to do is ask. I asked him for help one day and my issue got solved the same day.
Right. And the thing about that, it's not his people's job or his job to call and check. You know what I mean? That's not his job. But I believe, like you just stated, that he would grant it. Martial law is what it took.
Yeah, he know what's going on down here in Memphis.
Yeah.
His wife is from Shelby County. His wife lived down here, I think. But anyhow, it's time to move to national politics right quick. We got to spend about the next 15 minutes on that, but we got to take a break.
Yeah, I got to do it.
I'll take another break because I got to get some water and it's heating up in the studio. These lights are killing me. All right. Stay with us, you guys. Give us some comments. Don't stop. We'll be back. All right. I said we'll be back. Did y'all not hear me, studio?
They sleeping.
Somebody went to sleep on me, didn't they?
So, are you going to Amy's wedding?
I don't have the money. Yeah, you do. Who are you? I'm you from the future. And I just got paid.
And I'm Dave. I can get you up to $500 of your future money now.
Up to $500 instantly?
Instantly.
That's amazing. Oh, who's he? Oh, this is Paolo. We met at the reception. Hi. Hola. Hello. Paolo. That's me.
Download Dave and get up to $500 instantly.
Need to get your windshield fixed? SafeLight makes it easy. You can schedule it in just a few clicks, and we'll come to you with a replacement you can trust.
That's great.
That service on your time. Schedule now.
SafeLight Repair, SafeLight Replace.
I am Conor McGregor, multiple weight MMA champion. I'm a fighter and I've been through many battles in the octagon. Many consider my fights in the octagon heroic, but the real life heroes are those men and women who fight to protect us every day. The real life fighters, the real life heroes, are the firefighters and police officers. These first responders are true heroes because these brave men and women put themselves in the line of danger every single day protecting us all. The Tunnel to Towers Foundation ensures that first responders from fire, EMS and police departments who are killed in the line of duty with young children have a home without the burden of a mortgage. They are my heroes. They need our help today. I'd like to ask you to join me in donating $11 a month to support their efforts. Your $11 a month honours and supports our first responders. Please call now at 1-844-BRAVEST or visit tunneltotowers.org.
Welcome to the Shack 12-Week Shred. My name is Rock Shabazz, and I'm here to take you through the same program that I made for this guy right here.
This program is without a doubt a huge reason why I was able to get fit and stay fit. If you put in the work and stay consistent, you just might be able to keep up. It's time for you to get to work.
Okay, I'm back. Bring it back in, Heartbeat of South. Tim, you on deck. What's going on national with our politics? But before, wait, I'm sorry. Let me take you off deck for a minute.
Okay.
Okay, I got a history lesson right quick.
Okay.
All right. Let me ask you a question, Tim.
Yes.
I'm going to ask the audience too. Does anybody know what GOP stands for? You know, when you're watching politics, you always hear on the news, GOP this, GOP that, GOP. Well, I'm not going to wait for you.
Government and other people?
Close, Tim. You would think that.
Yeah.
But basically, I think that is like the translation.
Okay.
But the initials itself stands, so you have to go back in history for the answer. And it dates back to the 1870s.
Okay.
And it stands for Grand Old Party.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that's too close to another grand. Yeah.
Gasp, yeah. Grand Old Party. Listen, the name Republican dates back to 1792 and the supporters of Thomas Jefferson. The party was originally known as the Democratic Republican Party altogether, before divisions in the 1830s led to the formation of the standalone Republican Party in the 1850s. The original Republican Party was made up mostly of abolitionists opposed to slavery in the South.
Yeah,
and see, that's why I tell people all the time, originally, most everybody in the South voted, not most everybody, but half of the South, I'll put it that way, more than half of the South voted Republican. Well,
They
about
did.
half.
They did.
Because the Republican Party was originally against, for the abolishment of slavery.
Yeah.
This was before the Mason-Dixon War.
Right.
Between the North and the South.
Okay.
And so you see, as the Republicans began to be more and more for abolition of slavery, they changed it. So getting back to my original statement I'm reading here, the original Republican Party was made up of mostly abolitionists who was opposed to slavery in the South.
Okay.
After the Civil War, Republicans saw their political influence grow, and in 1888, the party saw the election of Benjamin Harrison and a majority of Congress. A writer for the Chicago Tribune said, the triumph represented an accomplishment by the grand. The phrase was shortened, and GOP began showing up in stories about Republicans. There is some evidence, however, that the acronym might have started earlier, as way back in 1875, when the term gallant old party was used in reference to the party.
Okay.
While we now use GOP and Republican almost interchangeably, it doesn't mean everyone knows what the acronym stands for.
You're right about that. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
that's why I asked that question. But because a 2011 poll that they took showed that almost half of Republicans didn't know what the letter stood for. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Some of the answers, and listen to some of it. Get ready to laugh on this. So when they asked some people, some of the guesses of people that wasn't sure included, Tim, your answer, government of the people. That was fun. But here's a funny one. Grumpy old people.
Now,
Wait, there's one more.
Okay.
There's one more that deserves a laugh. God's own party.
Oh, wow. Wow. Wow.
God's own party.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think that's whoever said that grumpy old people, I think they knew what it stood for, but that was just their definition of what they think it was.
Yeah. All right. So now, do you know why the donkey and the elephant was used? It's used for their sign.
Ooh, that's way back. I used to know it back.
Okay. Well, let me tell everybody right quick.
Yeah.
The donkey was first used by Andrew Jackson in 1828, whose employee tried to label him a jackass.
No.
I'll tell you, you will never find another funny politics show like ours.
I know, right?
And so Jackson, the president Andrew Jackson, turned it around and began using the donkey on his campaign posters. All right. So here we go to get to the elephant. During the midterm elections of 1874, you can see this donkey and this elephant been around a long time, right?
Yeah.
So during the elections of 1874, Democrats were claiming that President U.S. Grant would seek a third term.
Okay.
Thomas Nast, a cartoonist for Harper's Weekly, spoofed the idea by drawing a stubborn Democratic donkey trying to scare a docile, slow-moving elephant he said represented the Republicans.
Okay.
So symbols stuck, and they are used to this day. And Tim,
yes.
Now it's time for you to insert your own joke about the donkey and the elephant.
You know what? I don't have one, and I used to know that history of that. I mean, what really can we say? I mean, it's been around so long. And I guess what shocks me is it's been around as long as it has been.
As long as it has, you're right.
So I believe that it runs deeper than what's on the surface.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you're on now. What's going on with our politics?
All right, y'all. Put your seatbelt
National.
on. Yeah, put your seatbelt on.
All right, got it.
We heard that the fourth indictment came down on Donald Trump from D.A. Fannie Willis of Atlanta. She filed it on Trump, and there's also, I think, 38 more people included in that.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Once she did that and they came before the press and made their statements, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 Trump had a response to that.
Okay.
And I wanted to say it was in his last speech that he gave, but his response was, here is a lady that is having an inappropriate relationship with a former client, right? So people heard that, but what people didn't know, there's a backstory to that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, mind you all, this is all alleged. This is all alleged. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a little digging because I wanted to know what does he mean by that. And I was thinking that it was somebody, on the professional level.
Mm-hmm.
Come to find out that the client that they're speaking about was the head of a gang.
Oh my Lord.
Yes, he was a big time gang leader.
Ooh.
Yeah, and this rumor is very well known in Atlanta. However, this gang leader was got expired. Try not to use that word. He's unalive. And as a retaliation, she indicted the other gang that allegedly unalived him. And all of this,
say unalive.
Yeah, unalive.
I gotta use that sometimes. I kind of like that.
Yeah, unalive.
Instead of saying KILLED,
right,
unalive here. I got that.
Right. Yeah.
Go ahead, Tim.
Right. So this is a known thing around Atlanta. So probably other people. I just added that little bit in there because a lot of times when they say stuff, a lot of times
don't come out.
It don't. Yeah, exactly. So I wasn't the only one that went prying into that and to see what was that all about. It was a lot of people online that were talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a big one right there for. So,
wow. Well, I heard some of President Trump's speech last week. He says all we need is one more indictment. He knew it was coming. One more indictment. And believe it or not, he was right because, I told you people are going to always vote for the underdog, especially when they can identify and see with their plain eyes and plain common sense that this person is being picked on.
Yes.
Or this person is being harassed.
Right.
And before that, his speech, he was at 43% running neck to neck with President Joe Biden, right?
Right.
Guess what his poll rate is today among the Republicans? It's just I guess Republicans, because I don't know. They definitely wouldn't put it with Democrats.
Yeah, that's 50.
Right. He's up 57. It's at 57. He's at 57%, almost 60%. As the strongest candidate that to be nominated that would win. That would be nominated.
Yeah.
And Biden is falling down. He's down about 40%.
Right.
He's lost about 3 or 4 points.
Yeah.
And and it's really sad. It's embarrassing. That's why I say, age is a mother.
Yeah.
Age is a mother for you. I'm just gonna tell you.
Yeah.
And it's pathetic when these old people that can barely get around wants to always be in charge, being boss or something. Because it's embarrassing when you see the top representatives representing your country got to have stuff, especially handicap made for him.
Yeah.
Can't. And then he tiptoeing.
Yeah.
You could tell he tiptoeing when he walked.
Mm-hmm.
And he tried because he don't want to fall. He's fallen so many times, and I call him Tiptoe Joe.
Yeah.
And then he'll try. While he's tiptoeing, he'll try to run.
Yeah.
And you know what he looks like when he does that to me. And this is just my personal opinion, and I can state this. You know how baby toddler.
Yeah.
After they learn how to walk, then they first try to run. Then they first try to run.
Yeah, fall. Mm-hmm.
No, they don't fall. I'm talking about when they try to run.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, I get it. Mm-hmm.
It's kind of wobbly, unsteady run,
Yeah.
And feet trying to go too fast, and
It's
And,
just
and,
out of
then,
whack.
and
Yeah,
then the baby got sense. Baby, sometimes the baby catches itself in a wobble before so they don't fall. Right.
right.
But
Yeah,
I
I get
just
it.
saw him. They showed him somewhere in Iowa, right, and that's where he was going up on the stage. He was tiptoeing onto the stage. Then he tried to run, tried to speed up and step, try to make it look like he was in good shape.
Yeah.
And did a baby Tyler run for about 4 steps and then went back to his tiptoeing. I'm
Wow.
like, oh my God, that is so embarrassing.
Yeah.
And then the thing about it, they had this big thing in Iowa, but I'm gonna let you say that, and then I come back to Iowa.
Well,
You go ahead.
I was just trying to put a little insert in there. What the government don't understand is they are putting Trump more closer with the people.
Oh, yeah.
We the people have always been bullied by the government. Nor did we like it. We had no control over it.
Right.
However, it just makes him become more of one of us. Because
Tell I couldn't have put that a better way myself. I'll tell
yeah,
you.
yeah. He's one of us because he's been picked on, he's been bullied, and we all can relate. And what people
still standing strong,
right? And what people fail to realize, those guys that are attempting to do what they're trying to attempt to do, everybody on this earth has somebody in their family that has a criminal record or was bombarded or hoodwinked into a sentence of whatnot.
Injustice.
And the thing about it is, though those people can't vote, their family can.
That's right. That's right.
Nobody likes to bully.
Tim, you made a good point there. They might can't vote, but their family sure can, and they gonna remember that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I'll tell you something else. They're saying that people people more and more every day as the days go by now, just don't trust the DOJ, the Department of Justice.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you something else people can remember, and I keep saying this over and over again. Trump might have his faults, but one thing he did care about was the people, because when he was in and we was going through COVID, he made sure we had some money in our pocket every week. All right?
Yeah.
Every week. It wasn't, you didn't have to be a Republican to get $600 in your pocket every week.
Yeah.
He made that the law, the standard law.
You're right.
And then that was the averages for southern states. But up in some states, east, west, and county, I don't know what they calling me for. MLG and W. This is MLG and W. They must have heard me talking about them. Let me see what they want. Yes.
Hello. This is Memphis Light Gas and Water calling with an important message. To hear this message in English, press 1. This is an urgent message from Memphis Light Gas and Water. Hello, valued customer. We apologize for the delay in the processing of your monthly bill. After a full investigation, we have identified that a manufacturer-related issue led to the malfunction of certain gas and water meters. This issue has affected our ability to generate precise bills for impacted customers. Bills are now ready to be issued, and you may receive multiple bills in the coming days and weeks. We understand this situation may cause a financial challenge, and we regret this inconvenience. To support our customers during this time, we are offering various payment arrangement options. If you are a residential customer, visit my account or contact us at 901-544-6549 for inquiries or to establish a payment arrangement. To repeat this message, press 7. This is an urgent message from Memphis Light, Gas, and Water.
Listen, y'all.
Customer, we apologize for the delay in the processing of your monthly bill. After a full investigation, we have identified that a manufacturer-related issue led to the malfunction of certain gas and water meters. This issue has affected our ability to generate precise bills for impacted customers. Bills are now ready to be issued, and you may receive multiple bills in the coming days and weeks. We understand this situation may cause a financial challenge, and we regret this inconvenience. To support our customers during this time, we are offering various payment arrangement options. If you are a residential customer, visit visit my account or contact us at 901-544-6549 for inquiries or to establish a payment arrangement. To repeat this message, press 7.
All right, that person.
They
You cannot tell
somebody
you
watch
cannot
the show.
you cannot tell me that they don't watch my show, right?
Yeah, they watch.
All right then.
You talked them up.
Talked them up, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
But I told the truth.
Yeah.
I guess that's what they call.
Yeah. Doing the show.
Well, you know, I usually go off at 8 o'clock, so I guess they thought I was finished broadcasting.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. We did a big laugh on that one. All right, so that's good. I'm glad y'all watching because I can help y'all get through some of these problems that y'all can't seem to solve if you listen to me. Okay?
Yeah.
Great. Glad to know that. So back to Iowa.
Okay.
Now they had the big owl. You know, they've always oh God, what they call them? I can't think of it now. But Iowa has always been the predicting state that will predict whether the president will be Democratic or Republican.
Right.
But in 2016, Iowa lost that status because they went with Hillary Clinton. They predicted the state of Iowa predicted Hillary Clinton would win the presidency election, and everybody else did. But then what? Donald Trump ran, right?
Right.
And he won. Okay, so that's why they still want to try to make Iowa a caucus state to determine who is going to likely be president, whether the president will be Democratic or Republican, right?
Right.
I don't go with it.
Right.
I do not go along with it at all. Iowa has lost its caucus standing to me, and if they depending on that, they're gonna really, really be in a state of shock. They're gonna be petrified.
Who are they enforcing? Who are they projecting? Who are they projecting?
Well, they got they haven't called it out yet because see that they just had their little state fair thing.
Okay.
So we will know pretty soon.
Okay.
But in all likelihood, I can't see where they might be trying to predict a Democrat. But now I tell you who does have a bit stirred up. JFK Jr. does have the Democrats.
I would expect that. I expected that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But now I'm gonna tell you what I like, and I looked at those candidates as they was attending this Iowa caucus state fair, milling and dilling and talking with the people, a lot of gagging around. Trump was there too.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna tell you what us old folk like, especially us old ladies from the South. Okay, we like to see a president dressed up in a suit,
right,
with shiny shoes, tie, and if it's hot, he don't have to have tie.
Right.
We understand that. You don't want him choking, falling out, especially when you got 114 degree heat index. We understand that.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I don't go along with these presidential candidates showing up in battered, ragged jeans, look like they've been worn on the farm, tennis shoes, and battle-on shirts, talking about you a presidential candidate. Really? Donald showed up in his suit.
Yeah.
And his clean, pretty white shirt.
As he should.
He was the only one that showed up in a suit. You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And from what I can see, it was mostly old people. At this state fair, because they were driving around in their wheelchair scooters. You hear me?
Right, but you have to realize those are the ones with the juice that have the power in that city or state. People overlook that. especially when
but my point is this: if you're gonna walk the talk, I mean, if you're gonna talk the talk, you have to walk the talk. You gotta look like you talk.
Absolutely.
You gotta look professional. I want a professional looking president. I don't want no president walking around in no ragged jeans and tennis shoes.
No,
trying to be casual and fit in with it.
Yeah, that's unacceptable. Yeah, that's definitely unacceptable. We want the president to be the president at all times. He's a representation of us.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
Yeah.
And Donald was the only one that wore a suit, and that means something to me.
Yeah.
And I know it means something to a lot of other old Southern women like myself. We love to see a man in a suit. I'm just telling you the truth about it. I'm not for a tennis shoe guy. I'm just not.
Yeah. Donald can wear a suit. He can hang a suit, as the old folks say.
Yeah, I'm telling you, and there's some nice fine suits too, man.
Yeah,
fine, nice white shirts and
custom made.
You know, and the rest of them, they don't even look right in a suit to me because they're not so used to wearing them. They've been dressing casual all their life. Right. They don't even know how to walk in a suit. When you walk in a suit, you got to walk like you own the world. They don't even know how to walk.
Yeah, I was just going to say that Trump, you know, his energy that he gives off is that he is the next president. Not only was he the president.
Yeah.
Right.
You're right about that, Tim. You're right
he takes that with him everywhere he goes. That's the energy that he gives off. And not only does he give the energy off like that, he like you say, he displays it at all times.
Energy, and image is everything.
Right.
Because people, when they meet you for the first time and they've their whole life never seen you before.
Right.
I don't care what nobody said about you cannot judge a book by the cover. People do it every day.
Yeah.
People do it. It's just a natural human trait.
Right.
I'm going to judge you by the way you look, by the way you dress.
And you know what? Let me ask you something. You made me think about something. I ain't never seen Donald Trump without a suit.
No, you have not. Nope. Never.
I ain't never seen that man in no jogging suit or none of that. I ain't never seen a picture of him without a suit.
I haven't either. I think he even had a suit coat on the golf course, if you want to know the truth about it.
That's about closest you're going to get to him being down dressed.
That's right. When he playing golf.
There, he shop at Attack.
That's right.
Clothes. So you're right. I absolutely agree with you.
Yep. And so people gonna judge you by what they see.
Oh yeah.
The way you dress is all they got to judge you on. If this is the first time they ever laid eyes on you.
Yeah, and if you can't even look the part, that's a problem.
That's a big problem.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Big, huge problem for me.
Absolutely.
Because you represent me.
Yeah.
You better look like you better dress better than where you going when you represent me. That's all I got to say about that.
Right. Yeah, a lot of people feel that way.
Oh,
that's all.
Wow, this has been a great show.
Yeah.
Let's give everybody a round of audience and clap. Thank y'all so much for sticking with us.
Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all.
And like I said, next week we won't be here on Thursday night. We will have a special political guest on next Friday night. I'm not telling y'all who it is. Y'all got to check in. But y'all gonna be. This is a big, really big, important guest. Okay. So Tim.
Yes.
Your closing comments.
Wow, as always, great show. Hey, great to be back. You're letting y'all know that we're still.
I'm still tickling you. Tim say, wait a minute. You know what? Come to think of it, I don't think I ain't never seen Donald Trump without a suit on.
I haven't until you brought up the golf clothes. That's close as I could come.
That's right. Mm-hmm. You're absolutely right. But it was just. I mean, you need to look at the replay. Because you were so sincere and honest about that.
I meant that. Yeah, I meant that.
That was the truth coming out.
Yeah.
That means that you know exactly what you're talking about.
Right.
Continue.
Oh yeah, man. Woo, wonderful show. Like we said, we came back giving y'all information. Y'all got a whole lot of information. You ain't gonna get no information like that nowhere else. So y'all make sure that y'all tune in to the politics. And oh, by the way, yeah, we'll be on tomorrow. We will be here tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow we have a special guest all the way from Armenia.
Oh wow.
The country of Armenia, 2 young ladies.
Oh wow.
And they are singers and dancers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be there with my dancing shoes on.
So will I tell.
Yeah.
So we're inviting the whole audience, all of you guys to come back.
Yeah.
And just a footnote, most of our views come from so many other platforms. We get a few on the night of viewing from Facebook.
Yeah.
But most of the increased viewers come from Facebook over after a couple of days on replays because people are with their family,
right?
You know, on this time of night and getting ready for, especially now the school has started. But we get a lot of international views, and we get a lot of views from other platforms. Like I say, I just found out that we was on Rumble today. All of our shows on the Rumble platform.
Wow. What?
Yeah. And so, I mean, yeah, and that's not one of the 12 platforms that I was counting. So, hey.
Right.
We thank y'all so much because we couldn't do it without you. And as I always close, I thank my co-host of Heartbeat of the South and every beat of my heart, y'all. Tim Harrington. Y'all give me a round of applause. All right. And yes, thank you.
Hey, I want to wish y'all a little peace and happiness, man. Let's be safe out there.
All right. And remember, free thought is a philosophy and not a policy. Nobody in this whole wide world, what am I clicking on? Nobody in this whole wide world can put a policy on your thoughts. And don't let them brainwash you. All right.
Right.
That's our time. We'll see y'all tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Be right back here. We'll be in our New York studio. All right.
All right.
Night, everybody.
Bye-bye.